Okay, guys, so Solar and Velvet are going through a rough patch. They had a big fight out there in Mexico. He said he got a nice little place for them out there in Mexico. And they had a falling out, a fight. And they came on the internet to discuss it because apparently they weren't coming to a resolution. And in order to iron out all their differences without yelling and screaming, Velvet said she wanted to come on the live, and he said, okay. But I don't know if it was enough. I think Solar is ready to bounce. So I guess they figure by getting on the internet, they can be calm about it and discuss it, and then people can weigh in. And the folks out there who are weighing in are kind of like their therapists. And that's what a lot of people are doing today. And so they get on the internet, and this is the bantering, the back and forth, the conversation that they were having.
Velvet came in a room and you guys all got distracted from what I was just saying. That's so crazy how it works like that. But I'm not here to entertain. I'm not here for that. I'm here to talk about how to healthily handle yourself and deal with energy in situations like this. I'm not here for an MTV show or a drama show. I don't want numbers. I don't care about numbers. I don't care about those things. I care about our connection. I care about our connection, but I don't care about the fact that you're one of the numbers. I don't care about that. I don't need this drama to generate numbers. I don't need numbers. The message and of love versus what we were giving out before versus what Eligio was preaching. Well, guess what, guys? You can't just talk about it. You got to actually do it. The one thing that I'll tell you I've done, no one said you did it. I didn't say you didn't. I'm weak. That's okay. No. So fuck it. It's not so fuck it. I don't live like that. Let them see us healed. That's what I want. I want just them to see us healed. That is what I want. If that's where we're going, that's where we're going. That's all I want. I don't want none of the drama. I don't care about none of the drama. I was able to finally listen to the live, and I just realized some things. I'm being taken for granted. She acting like I'm not growing, like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I almost fell for it, and I almost lost my value to myself. I listened to the live she did with Yaken. I listened to the live she did with Yaken. And ultimately, I'm being depreciated. I didn't show up and help create a better life, a better way of living. I didn't bring a whole new method of raising the children. I didn't come and make things better in any way. I didn't come in and lead in any way. I didn't come in and create a whole plan, map out schedules, all kinds of things. You're bugging. And I'm not settling for this. That is.
Sounds to me like if Solar is ready to leave again. He says he's not willing to settle for this.
All right, yeah, we can do it on live right here now. That's a great idea. I'd love to do that.
So Solar is talking, and we know he's a talker. Velvet is a talker. Neither one of them, I guess, is listening. So she wants to get on the internet and do it online. Talk it out online. He has agreed. And so I think she's feeling frustrated. Maybe she's feeling that she is unloved. Although he's showing her a lot of love, maybe she's looking for something else. But let's listen.
Like, this is just our real life. I see you, but it's a little glitchy. It's decent. I think it's decent enough for you to talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. She's gone through a lot. I've gone through a lot. I've snapped. I've seen people snapping. She's not cheating, guys. She's fine. She's fine. She's following her heart. She's doing what she needs to do. Okay. Yeah, guys, don't get caught up projecting. Like, realize that most of the stuff you got to say about people that do be your opinions, that be from how you feel it and what you've gone through and who you are. You know, it just be your perspective on who they are. And just be careful.
Now he just said she's fine, she's not cheating. Why would a woman who is, how many months is she now? 6 months? Why would she go there and cheat when she's living with her dude? I don't understand why anyone would ask him that question if she's cheating. I guess maybe some pregnant women do cheat. There's always one in the bunch. But it more sounds like to me as if she's trying to hold on to this relationship. He's trying to hold on. For whatever reason, they're arguing. And it's not getting along currently. And he is thinking about bouncing because this is not what he wants. He just wants peace and love, and maybe Velvet wants something else. Maybe she wants somebody like Bishop.
Yeah. You look good. I can't hear you though. Is it glitchy? Like, what's going on?
Well, this is a very vulnerable moment right here. You know what I'm saying? It's a very vulnerable moment. And usually, this is the space that everybody usually sees me in on social media.
Well, Velvet cannot have it both ways. You come on social media, you air your business to get a YouTube check, and when people weigh in on what you've aired, now you're complaining. She's complaining that people see her in a certain light on social media, but that's what she's projecting. She comes on social media and air her business, and then she cops an attitude that people are weighing in on the business. You can't have it both ways. Just stop coming on social media and telling your business. And now that you're pregnant, it's a good reason and a good time for Velvet to stay off of social media for a couple of months.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You coming in clear. The picture might glitch y'all, but the audio is clear.
This is usually the space. This is usually the space that everybody sees me in, right? And so the last thing that I want is to continue a repeated pattern. This was something that I said earlier. And honestly, sometimes, like, for me, I have a hard time with identifying certain patterns. Like, in one moment, I'll be thinking a pattern is good, and then in the next moment it's bad. Or I'll be viewing a pattern as bad, and then the next moment it's good. And it's like, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, what is that? So what I do is when I come across things like that cause me confusion, I retreat. Period. Like, that's what I do. I retreat. Because I don't know what else to do. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I feel like I'm going in circles. I feel like I'm repeating myself. And I feel like there's no progression and nothing's getting done. That's how I feel. So I retreat. And I go back into my own space so that I can do my own self-reflection and do my own self-analysis, because I'm used to people trying to project onto me their analysis of who they think that I am or what they feel like they think that I got going on. And I'm getting tired of living like that.
So Velvet says she's tired of people projecting onto her. But really, if you examine it, she's the one who's putting herself in this cycle. First it was Bishop, who she kept leaving and going back to. And now it's Soular. She's doing the same thing. They break up to make up. And it becomes a cycle. So the people that she's involved with is partly to blame. But she's the one who's putting herself in the situation with these people. Now Soular may be in love with her because she's like a trophy to him. He got the leader's wife. And so we understand his point of view. Her point of view is Soular is really probably in love with two women. One, he had to let go. She's pregnant. But he probably is still holding some feelings for her. And maybe Velvet is aware of it. This is why she keeps telling him, why don't you go back to Janea? And at this point, maybe Soular is asking himself, does she really love me? Maybe she's still in love with Bishop, because we've seen where Velvet has said she doesn't want Soular, but yet she's with Soular, pregnant with his child. And she's saying the same thing about Bishop. She don't want Bishop, but maybe when he comes out, she'll be right back with him. So maybe that's going through Soular's mind also.
I cannot say that the connections that I thought were supposed to be still in my life right now are in my life right now. And that shit hurts. It does. I don't even know how to process that.
So she said the connections that she thought would be in her life is not in her life currently. So she wasn't talking about Solar because he's currently in her life. I'm wondering if she was talking about Bishop or somebody else.
I don't even know where and how to even start processing certain connections that I've had lost over time because people are projecting onto me, like literally vomiting their thoughts and beliefs onto me. So it's a glitch in my reality. I'm just like, I just want it all to end. Like, end, please, end, now, delete, essential, alt, delete. Because it's frustrating. It's frustrating me. It is.
I need some opinions. Hey, we gotta talk about something. I need some opinions.
So in other words, he needs some quick internet therapy.
I need some opinions. I'm about to ask some questions, and I need some opinions. I'm not in the business of embarrassing my partner. When someone says that they're not receiving your love, how you give it, I keep getting accused of being something that I'm not. And long story short, from my understanding in this scenario that's making no sense coming out of nowhere to me, I'm ready to talk about it and work through it. I just want everybody to know one thing. It's how I handle situations like this. I just want everybody to know, like they think I'm cheating. They think I would be, she says I emotionally manipulate her or I love bomb her. Guys, I'm a Venus in Taurus. But a brief synopsis. Basically, she went live screaming and shouting and yelling. So she's in here. She locked herself in here. It wasn't like this before. Yelling and screaming. We're packing things up and throwing stuff and shouting, yelling, and screaming. And she said he not growing. That's the thing. I don't got time to focus on that. Like other people's growth. She's yelling and screaming. She's getting angry. She's saying, she said I'm not growing. What else did she say, guys? What else was she saying? She was saying a number of things. She said a lot of stuff. Y'all go watch it to find out what she said. It's too much stuff I don't even want to repeat. Just know that the way I handle these situations immediately is I'm not jumping straight to the live, going straight to the camera anymore. Yeah, she doesn't like me. She doesn't want the baby. Go be with Natiri. Just go be with Natiri. All these different things. And it's like, you guys, please have some mercy. Please show some grace for her. Because number one, she's pregnant. Number two, she's gone through a lot of stuff in her life. Like, she's gone through a lot of shit in her life. To where if she thinks that, for whatever reason, right, she'll just say, like, she thinks I'm lying when I say I love her or when I do certain things. She'll be like, you don't really mean that. Or just stuff like that. And I'm just like, bro, like, how can I prove to you that that's real, that that's for me? How else can I prove it more?
Sometimes it's not what you say, but it's your action. You know, there's an old saying, actions speak louder than words. Maybe she's looking at the action to determine if he truly loves her. Now, his measuring stick of the love that he has for her may be different. Maybe she's looking for something higher. She's comparing him, I think, to a Gilio Bishop, her husband, Nature Boy. And he has set the bar high with the housing and how, she was living. But in terms of treatment, Nature Boy abused her. That's what she said. But in terms of housing, he set the bar high. They would live in all these nice Airbnb places. Maybe she's doing that comparison. Or it could be also that because Nature Boy abused her mentally and physically, she's looking at Solar of doing, accusing him of doing the same thing. Because she's got some experiences, now she can compare whether or not she's being manipulated, like how Nature Boy manipulated her. Maybe she's got on her hand a second Agilio bishop, because Solar was very much Agilio's right-hand man. So maybe he's following suit and manipulating Velvet in the same manner. Now, this is a big mess because Nature Boy had abused Solar's wife sexually, and she lost a baby, Solar's baby. Now, Solar is now hooked up with Velvet. They're not married because Velvet is married to Nature Boy still, and Nature Boy is in jail for all kinds of allegations. So it's like they're swapping people, they're cycling people. No doubt when Nature Boy comes out, he's going to want to get back with Velvet, but she's already pregnant for Solar. But I don't think that's going to matter to Nature Boy, because this is a cult where they were swapping wives and swapping girlfriends and mates and having children for each other and two wives and polygamy and all kinds of shenanigans. So it's not going to be a problem with him to get back with his wife, who Solar is now living with and having sexual relationships with. So it's just a big mess that these people are just recycling each other. And it's going to be interesting when Nature Boy comes out. So I think maybe that's what Velvet was alluding to. Maybe she's feeling used, that she's being swapped amongst these men.
Like, I'll do more. And then it's always like, I'm just trying more and more and more. And, that's not the best habit, guys, is to, when someone says that they're not receiving your love.
But we all kind of see what kind of love that Solar is talking about. When he met up with Jaguar, he was madly in love with her too. I don't know if they had any tryst, any sexual relationships, but he was professing how much he loved her. He really loved her. Maybe it was not the type of love that we think of. Perhaps it was innocent, but I'm thinking about the barbershop incident where she was throwing the ashes and he was hugging her and saying, I really love you. I have to tell you, I really love you. And it was the weirdest time to tell somebody you love them when you're throwing ashes and having a mental breakdown.
But yeah, bro, to me, I'm having compassion because I'm knowing already, number one, that just the other day at my mom's house, I lashed out. I freaked out. I got mad. I was drinking. I was under the influence, yeah. But my mom, she kept talking to me about the carbonation stuff, making the Lihio jokes. Like, my mom was making jokes. Like, this is truth. Like, my mom was making jokes, like saying, oh, well, then go to your little chief and this, and like, I was like, wow. Like, it took me a while to get triggered. But when I finally got triggered, I snapped, bro. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Fuck, y'all don't know me. Y'all don't want to know me. Y'all don't even care to get to know me. Y'all don't really.
Well, he snapped, but it was true. His mom was only telling him what was true. He left the house, his mama's house, I guess, to go live on his own. And then the next thing she know, her son is in some Mexico or Guatemala or wherever they were, catering to some man who was telling him, go in a corner, go stand in a corner. What kind of crap is that? That's why she was poking fun and saying, why don't you go back to your leader bishop? Yeah, I would have told him the same thing. Whenever he starts to act out, I say, go back to your leader bishop so he can put you in a corner on timeout. Since you want to be such a man and then go out there and have somebody treat him like a boy. That would be the running joke in my family. He would never live that down.
Really love me. And if you did really love me, you'd want to get to know me. I was screaming and yelling. I punched the wall. I had blood everywhere. There was blood slung all around the room from my hand. That was at my mom's house. And Velvet was there, and my mom was there. And I went through that, and that was a buildup of so many years of shit I didn't even know was there. Now I remember when that happened. Afterwards, me and my mom are just so much tighter now because that barrier's broken. It's not fake. It's not a forced mother-son relationship. Now it's like, all right, now we back to knowing what's real. Now we know what's real.
No, he said the relationship between him and his mom is tighter now. But is it tighter, or is it maybe she's afraid of him? Because according to him, he punched the wall. His hands were all bloody. He was dripping blood all over. He messed his hands up. It was bleeding. Maybe the woman is scared of him, that he may do something even more serious. So now she got to play nice around him and walk on eggshells every time he's around, because she don't know what he's going to do. It could be something more serious the next time around. She is scared. If I was in her shoe, I would be scared.
You're too old for that, right? And I would say so as well. But when you're dealing with a spiritual journey, you could be 30, 40, 50, and your grandma or your uncle or someone who you connected to or someone who you love say something and it trigger the shit out of you.
So the last thing that I want is to continue a repeated pattern. This is something that I said earlier. And honestly, sometimes, like, for me, I have a hard time with identifying certain patterns. Like, in one moment, I'll be thinking a pattern is good, and then in the next moment, it's bad. Or I'll be viewing a pattern as bad, and then the next moment, it's good. And it's like, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, what is that? So what I do is, when I come across things like that cause me confusion, I retreat. Period. Like, that's what I do. I retreat.
Yes, Velvet retreats. She's a runner. She does not stay and work it out or leave and leave for good. She keeps repeating the same cycle, because she will leave and come back, take the person back without any therapy, and the same garbage continues to happen. And then she's ready to go again.
Because I don't know what else to do. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I feel like I'm going in circles. I feel like I'm repeating myself. And I feel like there's no progression and nothing's getting done. That's how I feel. So I retreat. And I go back into my own space so that I can do my own self-reflection and do my own self-analysis, because I'm used to people trying to project onto me their analysis of who they think that I am or what they feel like they think that I got going on. And I'm getting tired of living like that.
So that little statement that you just made, clearly, it's not only Soular she's talking about. She's talking about Gilio also. And that's what I'm thinking, because that's a broad statement. She's tired of people. She didn't say she was tired of Soular. She said, I'm tired of people projecting and manipulating. I'm paraphrasing. But she's talking in general about her relationships. And so she is kind of looking at Soular, that she doesn't want him to repeat those things that her previous relationships have done to her. So she moved into the relationship with Soular with emotional baggage.
I'm aware of what trauma you have. Like, all y'all got traumas. And if you bond with anybody, it's a trauma bond. Like, no, like, what y'all use as common spiritual vocabulary needs to be reassessed.
So what Soular is really saying, he and Velvet bonded. So that's a trauma bond, because they went through that devastation in their lives with Nature Boy. So the connection that they have made is trauma bonding, and they really need therapy. And I wonder if any of them went for therapy, sit down with a real psychologist and work through why they joined, what happened when they joined, and how they're going to go past that to be their better selves.
Especially by you using it. Especially the people right here using it. Trauma bonds, this and that bond. Nah, bro, like, find yourself and love yourself first. One thing I'll say about Velvet is she's more intelligent than majority of everybody that I know. I can't talk to majority of people and they just comprehend it like a regular language, and she does. Not only that, but her heart is pure and she doesn't hurt nobody. She's out here to do nothing but the good, the right. But she's been hurt so much that she ain't got nothing but to expect negative from the world. So what am I going to be mad about when she starts doing that to me? I'm just supposed to be immune? No, I'm going to be there to help you through all of it. That's what.
So they just had a big fight. He said Velvet was throwing stuff, and I guess this is the calm after the storm. So now they're willing to talk about it, but they're on social media talking about it, airing their business out there again for the world to have an opinion about it. Instead of sitting down privately and talking out their problems, they bring it on social media. I guess that's the new therapy, right? Social media, because I notice everybody's doing that. Not everybody, but some people are doing it. Bringing their business on social media for the world to have an opinion about it, and then they take the best advice and run with it. I guess that's free therapy. So Velvet wanted to come on the live with him and talk about their issues. And this is what she had to say.
I'm not going to go too deep into other things I want you to talk, but there's more to it. But I want you to go deeper before I start stabbing a little deeper as well. I don't want to just go into all of our details and tell everybody, everything that was said and the details as we talk through it and heal through it. We can, but I would like for you to start opening up those cans, because I feel like,
I did.
right now it's the venting time for you more than me.
I did say certain things like, I don't want to be with you. I wish I wasn't pregnant. I did say those things. And it's like, because of certain thoughts that I have, it does make me feel like I wish I wasn't pregnant. Because I don't want to experience it. I don't. But it is something that I'm in, and it's something that I signed up for, and something that I agree to. It's messy. It is. I see it as messy. I do. Because here, over there, I wish that it was a better circumstance for everybody involved, but unfortunately, it's not. But because of the circumstances, it forces me to think about it. Because here I am in a situation just like somebody else, as a friend, not even as a lover, not even as a romantic interest or anything like that, but as a friend, and I still get the backlash of people not liking me, or people thinking that I'm a witch, or people think I'm doing blood magic, or people think that I'm putting you in love spells and love bombs and all of this weirdo shit. And it's like, what? But I say that to say that I have thought that like you hide things. You are not emotionally available how you say you are. I don't feel that.
So, folks, here's the irony of this situation. Velvet is complaining because she feels Soular is not emotionally involved 100%, and he is living with her. He's rubbing her feet, he's cooking for her. I am just presuming, okay? These are the things that some men do for the women when they're pregnant. So I'm thinking because he's such a hands-on guy, he's rubbing her feet, he's cooking, he is rubbing her shoulders, he's saying, I love you, making her breakfast, rubbing her belly, taking her to the doctor, etc. On the opposite hand, now there is Janea, who don't have anybody to do those things for her. And yet she's the happiest pregnant woman. She is so looking forward to her baby. Now, Velvet has got this man living with her, and who, for all intensive purposes, is doing all the things that I just laid out. But yet she's unhappy. And she's saying he's not doing enough. So go figure. Some people you can please and some people you cannot. And it just goes back to if you really, truly love that person or not. I am sure if he was there with Janea, she would be so thankful even to get her belly rubbed, because he's not doing those things right now for her because they have broken up.
And maybe I'm a bit more emotional than you. I don't know. Maybe. But I don't, in my mind, I'm like, if I'm with the person that I'm supposed to be with, we'll be emotionally available equally. I'm thinking equally yoked.
So guys, drop it in the comments section. Do you think these two are equally yoked? Or is it a one-sided love that Soular loves her, but he is just a convenience for her? Drop it in the comment section.
But that's not what I'm feeling. But you say that you are emotionally available and that you do express yourself and you do express these emotions. But how? But how?
So Velvet is not feeling and seeing that Solar is emotionally available. She's not feeling the love, in other words. And everyone expresses love in a different way, and the level in which you love is different. So her expectations may not be what is going to come to fruition. She's expecting something other than what Solar can give. He's expressing his love the best he knows how. But she is looking for something more. And when you know your mate, you kind of know the level of love that they can give and what's expected. Because some people, love may be buying flowers and chocolates and candlelight dinner. Another person, the love may be just cleaning the house. They may say, okay, I'm going to clean the house for you. You just sit back and relax. But they're not going to buy the chocolates and the candle and the candlelight dinner and give you the flowers. And maybe that's what you want. So you're going to look at that as a person doesn't love you, because all they do is clean. They don't buy you flowers. They don't buy you candy. They don't take you to dinner and all of that. But they're showing their love in a different way by cleaning the house for you. So in this case with Solar and Velvet, he's showing and giving love in his own way, the way he can give it, the best way he can. But she's not looking at it as being love or emotionally available, because she's expecting something different. Her expectations are different. So this is where they need to go to therapy, maybe a therapist, and iron out and sort out the differences that they are both expecting in this relationship. Because remember, she's got a baby on the way. He's going to be a father. Janea also have a baby on the way. She's expecting a girl, and Velvet is expecting a boy. So all three of these individuals need to come together and have to learn how to get along, because these kids will be brother and sister. And Solar needs to stop running, because as soon as things get tough, it seems as though he bails. He leaves these children with their moms and he's gone.
But how? When every time I turn around, you're listening to something that's talking about the person that you were previously in a relationship with. In my mind, I'm thinking like, do you still want to be with that person? You might as well be with that person. You might as well make it. If you saying that you loved her, if you saying that y'all you wish that it could have worked out just like you saying it with me, how does that situation with her erase all of a sudden? It doesn't. And so now I feel like I'm just in the fucking middle, and I don't like it because.
So you see, now the jealousy raised its ugly head, because Velvet is jealous that Solar keeps talking about Janea and the positive things about her. But he can't help that, because there's good and bad in everybody. Janea have a lot of positive qualities. That's why he keeps bringing those qualities and talking about those qualities to Velvet. And Velvet seems to not be able to stand it, because she's jealous. That's what it boils down to. She's jealous. So instead of Solar keep talking about it, he's got to learn how to navigate those waters between these two women, because they're going to be in his life for the next 18 years, because both of them are expecting babies by him. And he's got to learn how to get along with both of these women and maybe try to mend the fences between the two and not exacerbate the situation and get them to fight all the time, or to dislike each other, I should say. He's got to learn how to calm the waters between them. Anyway, YouTubers, that is my 2 cents on the latest with Solar and Velvet, and also Janea. She's happy as a lark, and these two, Solar and Velvet, seems to not be getting along now. Now it's a very crucial time that they get along, because the baby's on the way. Drop your comments. What do you think and feel about this video? I'm over and out. Don't forget to hit the like bell. If you haven't done so, this is a time before you leave the page to do so. Thank you. Also, kindly subscribe to the page. If you're coming often looking at the videos, it's a good time to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. I'm over and out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.